This week on Focus Outdoors, we are fishing Mille Lake, mostly on the south side. Mille is a gem when it comes to reproducing walleyes at a natural level, and it is a great multi-species lake. There are a number of great small towns that surround the lake and are able to survive because of the tourism provided by the lake that fuels their economy. There's a ton to do and see in this beautiful part of Minnesota. Stay tuned to see a great lake, a great area, and good people.
Hi, I'm Bill Lundeen. I own Lundean's Tackle Castle along with my wife Kathy. We're just north of Onamia here on the south end of Mille Lake, and we've been here for about 27 years. We're going to start our 28th year coming up, and we're in the bait and tackle business and the fishing guide service business. And, I think the 2018 and even forward into the 19 season on Mille as far as walleye goes, I think we're in for just a barn burner. We've got this 2013 year class that's huge. They toss around terms like the biggest of all time, and it doesn't matter, it's not a contest, but it's huge. And you see a lot of these fish now that are running in that anywhere from the 16 to 18 and 19 inch range that populate that year class, and it's crazy. There's a lot of them out there. Going forward in the upcoming 2018 season and forward, I think bass fishing on Mille will continue to gain in popularity. We've gained a lot of attention the last couple of years with the big tournaments up here and a lot of smaller tournaments, and you know, it's become kind of the secret, the diamond in the rough, I guess. In addition to Mille Lake, we've got a handful of other lakes that people will go to fish walleye. Gull Lake, of course, being the biggest one, and that's about an hour stretch away. But I don't know that you necessarily need to go an hour. I think there's some other lakes within, let's call it a half hour, that we would call legitimate walleye lakes. You know, you've got Farm Island Lake, that's a pretty good walleye lake. You've got Sullivan, that's got some walleye in it. Shakopee Lake right over here, we've got some nice walleye out of Shakopee Lake. And don't overlook the Rum River, because the Rum River starts, of course the source of the Rum River is right up here in Vineland Bay. And from there, all the way south, well, we'll just work that first corridor, let's call that half hour range. There's some good pools in there where you can catch walleye. So I think if you were gonna say that you got blown off Mille and we're gonna go to a different lake, I think there's some good opportunity. Oh, when people come to Mille I've heard there's people that don't fish. I guess I've met a couple. But there are other opportunities. There's people, and some of it's seasonal, of course. We've got several golf courses around the area for people that are into that. Tennis courts, pickleball, that kind of thing. Kiteboarding has got to be a thing here in the last few years. There's opportunities to go canoeing, especially canoeing on the Rum River. We've got two beautiful state parks, right locked up tight, right in our little corner here. One about 10 miles east of us, Father Hennepin Park, and Cathio Park, which is host to much of the Rum River, in addition to Ogeechee Lake, Shakopee Lake, and even the north border of Onamia Lake. Lundin Stacko Castle, again, we're right at the intersection of Highway 169 and 27 East, right on the southwest end of Mille Lacs Lake. If you're coming up to Mille Lacs on 169, you're going to drive right to us. We're at 320-532-3416, or you can check us out on the web, www.lundins.com. You're welcome to email us from any page on the site. There's a little kid with a fishing pole that says drop us a line, and you just write your questions or that in there, and we try and answer all of them. Or better yet, stop in when you get to the Mille Lacs area, and we'd love to chat with you and see if we can help you catch some fish.
Well, now we're good to go, guys. We got a road pass. We stopped to talk to Dickie's wife. Now we can go fishing. We got our houses all warmed up. They got them all augured for us. Let's go catch some fish.
One of the advantages of coming with somebody like this, call them ahead, you call them ahead, everything's ready for us.
The rental houses, we got rental houses here. They got launch in the summertime. It's a full meal deal. Dickie's got everything you need. You call them up, everything's ready to go.
That's the way I like it.
Yeah, we don't get cold.
I've got two quick questions for you before we get the line wet. First off, we're on Mille Lacs, we have a slot limit. What is the slot?
20 to 22 and 1/28.
Okay.
One fish.
And if we decide towards the evening we're getting a bite going, we put some tip-ups out. How close to that tip-up do we need to be?
We got to be like 40 yards away from a chip-up.
Okay.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Dennis Foster here. I'd like to introduce you to the Dorado catch and release boat latch system. It's back the trailer into the water, pop the cord, and away we go. Once our day in the water is done, we simply roll the boat up onto the bunks until it achieves contact with the bow eye. It clicks securely into place, away we go. We're exclusive partners with b2outdoors.com. That's where you're going to want to go and order your very own system. You can enter the promo code iTime Promotions and receive free shipping on your items.
When it comes to dog food and treats, you want something natural. A dog food or special reward that feeds great, is made in the USA, and helps your best friend live a long and healthy life. That's what you get with Country Vet Naturals. Natural goodness in every bag. And for those of you who want grain-free, we've got that too. Find a dealer and learn more about Country Vet Naturals dog food, cat food, and treats at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
You know, now that we're out here fishing, we got the gas augers that's been around for lots and lots of years. And now through the renovations of all the new products coming out, they come out with the ion, they come out with the K drill, with the 20 amp wireless drill from Milwaukee. You know, the gas augers are still good, but yours weighs what, probably 10 pounds, 15 pounds?
If that.
Mine weighs 5, 6 pounds. And being I've had 4 back surgeries, I went to the lake trail. I still got gas auger. I mean, gas augers, there's a time and a place for it, but when you can run these things that weigh 6, 7 pounds, and they cut through the ice like butter. You can re-drill a hole with them. It's the wave of the future with it. The gas auger to me is going by the wayside little by little with all the new battery operated stuff.
The reason I went to electric basically was a lot of times I've got a dog with me, and when I was fishing out of a Ford Expedition, I'd have to put that hot, stinky gas auger in the trunk with the dog. Maybe touching some equipment, some nylon equipment, some plastic equipment. Sometimes I have to pull 3, 4, 5 times to get it to start.
Yeah.
Not always, but sometimes. But this electric is pretty much I walk out of the truck, slap the battery in, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I mean they're so nice. They're light. It recharges batteries. There's no when you're in a nice house that you're enclosed. There's no gas smell, and I can see where more people and in the industry that I'm in the fishing industry where I don't have to drill 50 holes and everything smells like gas, or you've got a mixed gas, or the gas is leaking. These things are to me the way to go.
Why don't you show us? That was it. What I did at the end there was I used the reverse feature, and I pulled the slush back down through. I'll take the skimmer across the top of it once and I'm done.
All right, we're out here on Mille Lake, obviously a famous lake, northern Minnesota. I've been all over, and personally I have never fished this doggone thing. And what we're going to do is employ a couple different techniques. We're going to jig in these permanent houses behind us where it's nice and warm, but we're also going to let a few tip-ups do some patrolling out here for us. And I tell you, I'm jealous. We got some nice big sucker chubs here to use, and I'm a fan of big baits, because big baits do equal big fish. And I think particularly in the winter, these doggone fish can be sluggish, and they've got an opportunity to look that bait over for a long time and just wait till it makes a wrong wiggle, move, whatever it is. It'll look a little vulnerable, and then they'll suck that thing down. And you'll see, I'm talking big, I'm talking good sized chubs there. And with that, a little tip here we may want to do is I'm going to take and clip a little bit of his tail off just to slow him down. As big as he is, we may end up with a false flag. One nice thing with these HT magnetic polar tip-ups is there is a tension adjustment, but I do not want to put any tension on that spool, because the key is these things are so silky smooth that those fish can just run with that bait and not feel it at all. And that's kind of a key with these big chubs, is literally I will not go to a flag for 5 minutes, sometimes longer, just depending on how the fish are acting, the conditions that a guy's facing. And what that does, it allows that fish plenty of time to run off with the bait, reposition it, and get it down so a guy can get a solid hook set. And if a guy has the patience and the fortitude to do that, the hookup ratio is literally probably 95% versus the mad scramble. And you've all seen it, the guys sliding around, they go to the tip up, they yank the thing out, and they got this puzzled look on their face that there's nothing there. The reason is they just push that darn thing. It's that simple. We got our trap set and we can go back in and jig.
Wow.
Being it's my first time on Mille Lacs, one of the things that I've kind of known about but never experienced is kind of neat, is all the resorts that just ring this big bowl of a lake. So there's accesses all over the place. I'm from South Dakota. Our accesses are minimal at best, particularly if we have any snowfall, any wind, which we obviously do in the Dakotas, and accesses blow shut, never to be opened again. Heck, these guys got roads plowed out here. There's little communities, clusters of houses, rental houses. You know, the wheeled houses are becoming a big thing now, running around out here. It's just It's literally ice fishing culture over here, where we grew up kind of teaching ourselves how to do it the hard way. These folks got it perfected.
Hi, we're up at with Focus Outdoors on Mille Lacs. We're up on the east side of the lake fishing some gravel, and what we're using today, we got our JB varmint lure. It's a jigging spoon, and how we're rigging these spoons is I'm taking a minnow head and I'm pinching the minnow in half, get the guts and the head on there, and I take the minnow head, put it on my jigging spoon, so it's dangling. So I got the entrails off the hook, and then I also I'll take a wax worm, and I'll put a wax worm on the other hook. I got 3 hooks on here, so I'm going to put one on each hook just for a little flavor. That's what it looks like when I'm jigging. I got it down there, and that's for set, just to attract the walleyes or the perch. You'll catch either or on it. Hit the bottom and start jigging that. And if tails will work good on it too, but I prefer the heads with a couple wax worms. It's called the full meal deal. I've been using it for years, and I've been guiding on Mille Lacs for many years. And I'll tell you what, if you're up here going to fish Mille Lacs, you want to catch walleyes, there's the ticket right there. A jigging spoon, glow in the dark, perch colored, rainbow color, minnow head, wax worms, and you're set to go. You know, people, when you're going to Cabela's, Gander's, all these box stores, your little bait stores, you know, go in the store, look for the JB lure rack. They got a nice colored JB lures. They got their jigging spoons. They got their panfish lures. They got JB's got about anything you can think of for fishing. They got summer tackle, winter tackle. You know, ask your retailer where your JB stuff is. And this is the varmint that we're using this weekend on Mille Lacs.
This is a sculpin. I don't know if you see them in other lakes, but this is what they're in the mud puppy family or the yopout family. They got tail like the yopout, but they got real big fins on the side, and they dart all over. Some people call them darts, but they're sculpins, their real name. Okay, if you come and use our road, get a road pass from us, and you come out our 15 miles of road, and if you get in trouble out here there, I mean, if you get caught in a snowdrift or your vehicle stalls, if you have a road pass, we'll probably help you out for nothing, just because you got a road pass. If you don't have a road pass, it could cost you $50 to $100. You know, I mean, we cater to our people that come with us, and we're modern to ice. I go out every morning. I drive that 15 miles and check to see if there's any new cracks, anywhere a person can get in trouble. And if I start having problems, I go out every night, and I go out to the flats every evening and make sure that these people can get off the lake. They're not stranded out there. Okay, if you want to come and do business with me or come and see me or whatever, we have rental fish houses that are available. They ain't the fanciest, but they are nice. They're warm, and we try to keep them on fish. And we do a good job of keeping our houses on fish. And if you want to come out on portable or whatever you would like, we sure can help you out. If you want to come and visit us at Dickey's on Mille Lacs Lake, you can check us out on our website or our Facebook, and my phone number is 320-676-8795, and I would sure enjoy seeing you, and we will have a good time.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
No matter the size, age, or activity level of your best friend, you want a dog food that's natural, feeds great, and is full of all the goodness you demand. That's what we pack into every bag of Country Vet Naturals. Country Vet Naturals are just what the name says, natural goodness in every bag. We also make grain-free cat and dog food and treats. Learn more and find a dealer at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Well, as you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind a shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio elite.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal, the only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a two-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
Come back in 4 years, we'll be able to catch this fish and keep it.
Perfect.
That's a little eel pout.
Is there a lot of those up here, Mike?
Used to be a lot. There's not so many anymore.
Is that what they call freshwater burbot?
Yep.
Same thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Our neighbors just come over and literally come over bearing gifts at a golden shiner, and they know I'm fishing these great big old sucker chops, and he's thinking that this golden shiner may work better. So I've only got 2 tip-ups out. We're only allowed 2 lines in Minnesota with a couple guys here, so we're going to run 1 of each and see what happens. I'm not about. We're sitting out here in Mille and just getting into the long shadow part of the day. We got some other fellows fishing with us with a shack just behind us here, and they've caught a couple little baby walleyes, and I just saw some come through on the screen, so I'm just going to play around and catch some of them. And also, believe it or not, these walleyes will go for a little waxworm presentation. And for example, I've got a little tungsten, a little JB Lures tungsten jig here, and I'm going to pack that up pretty good with waxies and lower him down and work that right on the very, very bottom. Another thing we need to refer to here, a couple things. So you can see my line's coming off. I've got green braid for a main line. That does a couple things. One, I can literally watch that line for a bite, because you can see a little tick, or you can see it jump, or you can actually see the curl starting to straighten out. Let me get him all the way down there. As you notice, I pull it off the bottom. If you can catch that spring bobber, and they've got a real unique system where the spring bobber is built into the rod. And I know anybody that's tried to monkey with spring bobbers before, there's several ways that you clip them on, clamp them on, tape them on. It ends up being kind of a circus. So this is built right in a rubber grommet, and the nice thing about that is you can change the tension on that bugger by simply sliding that spring in or out. Now you notice how much that stiffened that up from where I was before. With this heavy tungsten jig, that's probably more what I'm going to want. And then as a bite indicator, obviously, you'll see it ever so slightly load. And it isn't a jerk, it's just to simply just lift up in a firm and steady motion, and you've got them. And once again, if we're to slide the spring back out, you'll really see the difference. Now you can see how much that hangs down comparatively. So there's infinite adjustment, and to go a step beyond that, there's actually heavier and lighter springs that you can get to totally fine-tune things. For example, I could use the same rod, and this is a Black Ice series that they have. They've also got their Legend Ice, which are very good rods, same system is I could just go to a heavier spring, and I could go to, say, you know, a 1/4 3/8 ounce spoon and do the same darn thing. And particularly in a light bite, it makes a difference because they're not always just going to engulf the darn thing. There, I'm just going to stop this as he's running. He's about got us spooled. There, I got him. Ooh, there's some weight. A little bit of, not sure how good it is. There's a little bit of weight, but there was a really wide head shake. We've had some tough conditions here. It'd be nice to get a good fish. There, he's close. This don't feel too bad. Still not sure how good it is. I think it's coming with me as much as anything. Oh yeah. Nice fish. You know, this is something a lot of people will look at guys fishing tip-ups and think it's a crude method. But I tell you, we have not had a walleye brought in today with traditional jigging techniques. An extremely tough bite, throwing some chubs down. I can't tell you how many times this has saved me over the years. Very simple as it gets. A split shot, a hook, a chub, and a big fish. People think it's unethical to run them baits. You see how easily I got that hook out? There's no blood, there's no nothing. She's not hurt a doggone bit. So anybody that wants to make that argument, here's proof how to do it. Okay, good. I've been holding her in the water. We've obviously been getting a few pictures, but this kind of shows you what Mille Lacs still has if you want to put in the time. We've had a rough day. We've had some really cold weather out here. Another key thing is typically you see the parade of tail lights heading off at sundown. We're just barely into getting dark here, and this is the results of it. So stick around a little bit more, guys. We've got all the modern equipment, houses, clothing, so forth. There's no reason to run home. You know, tell mama that you're going to be an hour late for supper, and this is what you can get.
Diesel train rolls down the line as I'm headed for the land of corn and rye. There is a place I'm always satisfied, full of remedies to ease my worried mind, like pulling catfish on the banks of Cherry.